Well, it's starting to be that time again. And by that time again, I mean that time to get another pair of Foamposites. Yo, what's going on, everyone? Matt from Shoe Nation. You're back with another review. As always, today's review is going to be on the Nike Air Foamposite Pro Pearl 2025, of course. So they originally did release on November 27, 2025. Retail on this pair was $240, which was really steep. But if you know anything about like the Foamposites, anything that has like the foam in it that Nike makes, it's always going to be really expensive. So you kind of got to expect that with the price and just go with it. But fortunately, in the year 2025, 2026, Foamposites for the majority of the time do end up sitting, which is exactly how I got my pair for over 58% off. Yes, I did the calculations, which was around $99.75 to be exact. But I ended up getting these for a really good price, $99.75. And they didn't come with any box, but it's okay because again, I'm not gonna wear the stupid box, you know? I don't need the box either. And another thing I really like about no box, I did mention this before, how you don't really gotta worry about the pricing as much, because once they don't have the box, it's used, you're gonna get it for a really good price. And that's exactly what happened with this pair that I'm talking about today, of course. But some more backstory on the shoe. These did come out back in 1997. They were an OG Foamposite colorway. In 2002, they decided, let's release the first retro of this, and they did. And then they decided 7 years later, why don't we have a House of Hoops exclusive, which I'm just gonna assume right now from that it was just a lot more limited release, because they decided a year later, let's do a wider release of it, and they did. And then in 2015, they decided to release this in a pack with the Zoom Hawk Flight, and they decided to put this shoe in it as well. So it did release 5 years later. And then they decided 10 years later, let's release the Foamposite Pro Pearl again. And that's the most recent release, and that's actually the one that I have today. And a fun fact about this shoe, it actually was worn in the movie He Got Game. It was featured in that, worn by Ray Allen, which I'll put a photo up here, of course. You always gotta see that. But enough talking about this shoe and information about it. Why don't I just get to showing you the shoe right now? All right, so we got the shoe right here. As you can see, we do have the side with the black swoosh on it. The swoosh right here on the side with this whitish color. This is not fully white, but it is like a whitish color. So we do have the tongue right here all the way down to the black laces, and the toe box inside the shoe. And then also underneath the shoe, which is one of my favorite parts of this shoe because it just looks so cool with the red and the swoosh. I think they did a really good job on that when originally designing it. And then behind with the swoosh as well. So we do have that. Inside, this is kind of cut off in here because they are used, but it does say Nike Air with the swoosh. So we do have that. One of the reasons I bought this shoe is because the color blocking is really easy to wear with the color blocking is really easy to wear. It just looks really good. And they did a good job on it. It's one of those shoes that you can easily wear with a lot of fits, especially stuff that I wear. I wear a lot of stuff where the shoes kind of pop. So I really like that about this shoe. This is not my first Foamposite, of course. I did have the cough drops, which the cough drops actually got me originally kind of hooked onto the Foamposites. Now, I know I did get rid of one of my Foamposites, the cough drops, and then I rebought them. After I rebought them, I got hooked to them because I just thought they were so cool. They looked really good. And these shoes can definitely take a beating, is what I've heard. So I like shoes that really tank, so that way, you know, I can get some really good use out of it. I don't have to worry about them getting damaged or ruined so early. So that's why I decided to get this pair. And in fact, it wasn't OG colorway. It was another reason I just had to grab a pair of these. And I've been looking for these like on eBay, and I've been looking for them like on StockX. I almost paid, almost put in a bid on StockX around $161. So it's gonna be about almost $200 after the fees and everything to hopefully get a pair, because at one point I was like, I can't even find these anywhere for like under $180 used, because I was like, man, they have to have pairs online somewhere that are around like 100, 120, somewhere I can get a good deal for these that are used. There just has to be, because they are sitting, and they did sit and they ended up going under retail, so there has to be somewhere. And I was waiting patiently and patiently, and finally I pawned myself that pair right that I have today for only $99. Let me get out the other pair right now. So we do have both pairs, and you're probably wondering what the hell is that in the back. Well, this is actually from eBay. As you can see, I forgot to mention I did get this pair from eBay, so it did come with the eBay authentication tag and also the authentication without a doubt it came with as well. So they are authenticated. I'm not really worried about getting a fake pair of Foamposite Pro pearls, but I'm just glad that safety net's there, you know. So it is the eBay on the back, so I will take this off eventually. No way am I gonna wear that. So when it comes to outfits with these, I just think it's very, very simple, especially now with the summertime. Wear some black shorts, even wear white shorts, I guess, but black shorts I'll probably be rocking, and then a pair of white socks, and not the baseball team, but a pair of white socks, and probably just a white shirt, or maybe something like graphic like this I'll probably wear. So something very easy. That's the thing, is one thing I like about buying these shoes. They're majority white and black. They're just easy to just kind of throw on real fast. It's very simple to get a fit with them. That's why I don't always buy crazy shoes. I do once in a while, but for the most part, I keep it really simple with the fits, just like the shoes. And when it comes to rating these shoes, I am gonna have to rate these shoes probably an 8.5 out of 10, all right? So 8.5 out of 10, just because they're the Foamposites. They're an OG colorway. They're very easy to wear. And overall, they're just a shoe that I really wanted and finally gotten, especially with the price. Without further ado, why don't we just do the on foot right now? So that was the Foamposite Pro Pearl 2025. I just gotta say 2025, in case anyone doesn't want to see the colorway of how exactly it looks, the shade. So I guess I've heard there has been some controversy, I guess I'll talk about, with this shoe, because some people, I think they say it's not white enough. They say it's like a different colorway. It's a different white that they put in it, which I'm really not sure, because I never owned another pair of these besides this retro. So let me know if that's true in the comments. It would be nicer if they were a little more white, because they are kind of like a darker white. I don't know what to call that. Maybe an off-white or like a cream almost. So I don't really like to buy shoes that are that color, because I like to just have white shoes. So when it comes to sizing with these though, that's what I'll talk about next. Of course, it's always after the on-foots talk about the sizing here, but the sizing on these, I will have to say, is true to size. Now, I know a lot of people will probably say go half size up. They'll say go a full size up. I already saw someone online say go a full size up, but I stuck true to size. I think in 2025, 2026, I think most Foamposites do fit true to size. Now, I only have 2 pairs, so don't fully take my word for it. But with the cough drops, those were true to size, and these are actually true to size as well. These actually fit a little bit better than the cough drops to me. They have a little bit more space in the toe box. So might be because these were so much more used than the cough drops I got. But for me, this is a pretty good size. So size 11 is what, or not size 11. Unless you're a size 11 foot, get size 11. But any other foot size, get your true to size. And that's all I got to say about these shoes. Let me know what you think about this colorway if you decide to get these. You know what, I did see a comment earlier too from when I was looking these shoes up, that the Black Cat 4s released around these. So I think a lot of people were also saving their money for the Black Cats. But I honestly think the biggest reason these sat is just because Foamposites are not as hot as they used to be, which is really a good thing, because they're just again, I can get deals just like this, because the last thing I need is to pay resale price for a shoe I really want, especially a shoe that's already $240. The resale price is gonna have to be like $350 or $400. So it's really nice to be able to grab these. But let me know what you thought about these shoes in the comments. I want to hear what you guys say about them. Thanks for watching as always. Matt from Shoe Nation here. I'll see you next time. Bye.